So already addressing the U.S. Congress is a big diplomatic deal, but we also saw some rare events like press conferences and Prime Minister Modi taking questions as well. Give us your key takeaways.
Yeah, it was a day of pageantry, Sherry, and it was also unusual. We haven't had most Indian heads of state don't do that joint press conference. It's only the first. It's the first official state visit for Prime Minister Modi. It's only the third state visit and state dinner that of the Biden presidency. So this is capping a day of. It really has been, the level of pageantry, the level of official diplomacy. And of course, one of the things that they want to establish are these commercial deals, are to really foster these commercial and military ties. And there was a lot of discussion about that today. But in the backdrop is the issues of some human rights issues. We had members of Congress, Democratic members of Congress, who did not attend that joint session out of those concerns. And then also the big question about India's stance on Ukraine and Russia. They have continued to aggressively buy Russian oil and have not necessarily backed the U.S. and Western allies on the question of Ukraine.
We saw a handful of progressive Democrats boycotting that joint session of Congress, right? And it was interesting. Modi appeared to be surprised that there was some questioning on, the dedication to democracy and the human rights record aspect that you just touched on.
Yes, Heidi, he gave some interesting comments on that. He said he was surprised. He said he was surprised that there was any kind of question that they would not stand by democratic values and ideals, and seemed a little put off, frankly, by those questions. But they were in the room. Now, we won't really know how much attention those got. We think that probably the president was more focused on those economic and commercial ties, but also probably raising that question of Ukraine. And of course, there's the issue of China. China's sort of an elephant in the room on this because the Prime Minister Modi has really had discussions with China, and that the U.S. now coming out of some of these tense moments with China itself, it's an interesting kind of timing for this visit, which of course has been planned for some time. But basically a day of pageantry, basically a very warm response in Congress, and a long day at the White House. So it really did sort of go according to plan, but those Democrats did not show up out of concerns of human rights.